So I was picking up my daughter at school the other day, and I had this mom come up to me, and not a whole lot of people know, like, really what I do, like, with Pokemon. They know maybe that I'm involved in Pokemon. My kids say that I work for Pokemon, so there's probably a lot of confusion that goes around, and I kind of just let people think what they want to think, and that's totally fine. But I had this mom come up to me whose daughter apparently is into Pokemon, and obviously struggling to get packs, because who isn't? And she recently found some packs when she was at Ace Hardware. So she went to an Ace Hardware to get something for whatever reason, and found some booster packs of Mega Evolution there, and it was $7.50 for a booster pack, which I guess in today's market is the current going rate. So she got excited, and she bought a handful of them and took them home, and she asked me if her daughter would like them, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, MSRP for booster packs, especially for a new set, really in my mind should be around $4.50, and her mindset was, yeah, but I can't find them anywhere. I can't get them anywhere. And I don't think that she knows enough about Pokemon to understand that people are waiting in line for hours, to get their hands on Pokemon cards. I think she's very, very out of touch with what the current state of affairs is like in the Pokemon market. And I feel like there's a lot of parents who are that way. They have kids who are really interested in Pokemon. They walk into Target or they walk into the store and they see empty shelves and they're just like, oh, no Pokemon cards. They must be difficult to find right now, or they're not stumbling across them. So I told her, MSRP on booster packs is $4.50. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of spending above that. I just don't think at that point you really go out and buy booster packs. Of course, obviously, for me, it's different, and I'm not talking to her about my business or the fact that I sell Pokemon cards or anything like that. I'm just saying that is what my thought process is. And she said, okay, yeah, I totally get that, but I just don't find them anywhere, so I'm going to give them to my daughter tonight and see what she thinks. So she gave them to her daughter. Her daughter got really excited to open them up, and the next day, the mom came up to me and said she loved them. Absolutely loved them. I didn't ask about what they opened or what they pulled or anything like that. And maybe she pulled something that was really good. But what she told me next was a little bit more interesting. So she told me that she called that Ace Hardware to see if they had any more in stock. And the clerk who answered the phone apparently said, yes, we do. We have about 50 left. And she went and bought the rest of them. She went and bought the rest of them because the clerk told her, and that's probably all we will get for the next year. This is probably all that we will have for the next year. Now, I don't know if the clerk knows. I don't know anything about distribution when it comes to Ace Hardware. I know about distribution and restocks and things like that when it comes to an LGS. But when it comes to Ace Hardware or those stores that don't typically sell Pokemon but all of a sudden are and get product somehow, and I don't know what they pay. Ace Hardware for some reason could be paying, $5, $6 per sleeve booster pack. But she FOMO, I guess, and went and bought the rest of them. So bought 50 of them, so that way she could sporadically give some to her daughter to open up throughout, the next however long. And that is a big state right now of the hobby, I think, that I probably didn't think about, and maybe some of you guys didn't think about, is parents who probably don't know what is really going on in the market. Like, we talk about it all the time, and we talk about how frustrating it is to be able to find Pokemon cards, and a lot of parents who are heavily invested in Pokemon as far as a mindset goes probably know what's going on. But the parents, and there's a lot of parents out there who really don't know anything about Pokemon. They just know that it was popular when they were younger, and they just know that their kids are very into it now. They probably don't know a whole lot about what prices are, how difficult the cards are to find, what MSRP looks like, and that is a state that is going to be driving the market higher and higher because all these kids are seeing pack openings happen, on TikTok or on YouTube or Instagram or wherever it is that they're following on social media. And they're seeing some of their favorite sports stars who are opening packs of Pokemon cards. And they're seeing all these celebrities that they might like that are opening packs of Pokemon cards. And they're probably thinking, oh, I want that. I really want to get into Pokemon. I really want more Pokemon cards to open. My friends are getting into them. I can't find them anywhere. They're putting them on birthday lists. They're putting them all, on Christmas lists, for what's coming up in a couple months. They're looking at stocking stuffers and things like that. And parents who just don't know any better are buying up inventory because they can't find them anywhere. So I thought that was a really, really interesting concept. And I don't know what's going on with restocks. I do know what's going on with restocks at LGS levels. And it's not great. It is not great. And that's what makes it so difficult. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video, is the difficulties of restocks right now. Because I just got hit with another restock. And it's not great. Like, it's some more product that we can carry. But there's been a lot of comments and things like that I kind of want to just carry over and let you know what there looks like there's at least a little bit more coming of. So that way, maybe you can keep an eye out. Maybe you'll see something pop up. Maybe the price will come down a little bit. But that way you can make better decisions when it comes to spending your collection dollars. Before we jump into things, this is it. This is the last time that I'm going to get to remind you guys. But we're giving away this master set of Mega Evolution. This was a custom etch binder. I've been getting a lot of questions where this is from. So this is from the Unlucky Collector on Instagram. Give him a follow at the Unlucky Collector. He does the etch work for all of our master set binders. We give one away every single set release. And this upcoming Friday, so like 2 days from when I post this video, we're going to announce the winner for the Mega Evolution master set. So I put this together at Card Party. It's got everything in it, every single reverse hollow, every common, every uncommon, everything you can pull from a booster pack is in here, all the way down to the Mega Hyper Rares or Mega Ultra Rares, whatever you want to call them, the Lucario and the Gardevoir gold cards. Like, everything's in here. It's all in here. It's done for you. So if you haven't been able to really find a whole lot of Mega Evolution, or maybe you love the set and you really want to master it, this is one of yours. You guys get to keep this. All you got to do is just make sure you're subscribed to the channel. So scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and then there is a video, this one right up here. I'll put the image of it, but you have to leave a like and a comment on this video. Boom, you are entered. So scroll down, hit that subscribe button, like and comment on this video, and that's it. This Friday, the random comment picker will do its thing, and we will announce the winner in Friday's video. So just come back, watch the beginning of Friday's video, and you will see the winner right up here. And then, yeah, we'll start again with Phantasmal Flames, which is hard to believe. It's only a few weeks away already. We'll do the Phantasmal Flames Master Set giveaway and just keep going. Do whatever we can to get as much product out there as possible. So good luck. One of the comments I've been getting a lot is, when do you put pre-orders up? I don't really put pre-orders up anymore. I don't do pre-orders for new sets. It's just too messy. There's no great way to do it. And a lot of people ask, why isn't there new product on your website? Why isn't there? It just sells out, you know, immediately. And MSRP is something that I think a lot of people have kind of just more of a loose opinion on. A lot of people are kind of like, okay, well, this store is at least charging, you know, $50 below market, or whatever the case may be. When a product is up there at MSRP, I cannot keep it in stock for longer than 5 seconds. It just gets bought out right away. So as soon as I put up our first round of Mega Evolution booster boxes, and I dropped, you know, the code in Discord to access the website, it was gone in 2 minutes. 2 minutes for hundreds of booster boxes, gone. Anytime I put up booster packs or something that is relatively new that I was able to get at wholesale price, it's gone. And that's just the demand right now of Pokemon. Even if you limit stuff, even if you limit it to one per customer, one per household, it just sells so fast because you have thousands of people. And a storefront like myself, who's even a large store, like I would consider us to be a fairly large store based off of allocation numbers. If we get 1,000 booster boxes of a set and I drop 1,000 booster boxes, 1,000 people isn't, like, that's not that much. They're all like, you give one box to 1,000 different people at MSRP, and there's that many people times a million, you know, that are looking for Pokemon cards at MSRP. So things just get swallowed up right away. And then the only thing that gets left over is the stuff that we kind of have no choice to charge market on, like these restocks here. So I'm going to talk about the restocks in this video. It's very small and few and far between. And this is the problem that we're running into right now with the way that Pokemon is distributing product and how they are trying to get enough product out there. Pokemon has done a good job of focusing a lot on specialty sets, specifically 151 and Prismatic Evolution. So Prismatic Evolutions has dipped a decent amount in price point, but you can see the quantity of sales just going up like crazy. So like booster packs, people prepping, and like there's so much money right now in Pokemon, and people from all different areas. In investing in Pokemon, that all of these things get bought up right away. And the idea that Pokemon can just focus more on just restocking vending machines, restocking big box stores, and limiting, it's just not enough. It's not enough right now because that stuff is getting bought up. But then since Pokemon is focusing so much effort on that, the other restocks that do finally come, there's barely anything there. And this is like everything, a perfect storm culminating from all these, I don't know if I'd say mistakes that we all made as like a conglomerate of Pokemon, like distros taking on too many accounts because there was too much product that wasn't selling. It was all a bunch of dead inventory. So they had to take on rip and ship accounts. They had to take on more accounts so that way they could get through some of this backlog of stuff. So that way distros could start paying for new sets once they release. Well, then all of a sudden you've got this giant amount of accounts and you've got to feed everybody, and there's not enough product to feed everybody. So instead you're taking a little here, a little there, and you're pumping it in to all these different stores, hundreds of different stores, hundreds of different accounts that are getting a limited amount of product, and that product is going then to their community. And since it's so small, they can barely fulfill anything in their community, and then you've got hundreds of people left over looking for other communities to join to try and get product. It's just this perfect storm of a mess. So here's what we have as far as restocks go. It's not great. It is not much, and the market price, or I mean the wholesale price, is very close to market. So to start off, we are looking at Destined Rivals booster boxes. There was a recent restock of Destined Rivals booster boxes on the Pokemon Center website, which is why you see this drop from when it was at about $500. Remember a few weeks ago, there was a lot of content being created about the buyouts that were happening with Destined Rivals. So really middle of June is where you see the quantity of sales dip a little bit, but still selling about 200 booster boxes every couple days. So a lot still moving. It just, there wasn't enough supply to satisfy the demand. So price points really started skyrocketing all the way up to about $500. Then we had this restock on the Pokemon Center website, and that restock got bought up really quickly, but it did enough to kind of shrink the price down to about $375 or so, $350, somewhere around there over the last couple weeks. Now starting to climb back up a little bit. And we don't have this promise of a big Destined Rivals reprint coming. That's the great thing about Mega Evolution and even Phantasmal Flames, is we know another wave is coming. We don't know what's happening with Destined Rivals. They could release another wave, but it could only be on Pokemon Center's website. That might be the only place that they put it up. And it was enough to shrink the price down a little bit, but not enough to really shrink it down long term. It wasn't enough to keep it. So a lot of people will have the attitude, the energy of like, yeah, the restocks are great, but they don't do anything. A big reprint won't help at all. It might not help a whole lot as far as the price point goes, but it will help as far as giving opportunity goes. And right now, as a Pokemon fan, as a Pokemon collector, I think opportunity is everything. The more opportunity you get, even if it's to buy something at MSRP, like that is ideal. People just want that hope. They want to cling to hope. Otherwise, you're forced into that FOMO situation, and that's not good. That's not good for anybody. So there is more Destined Rivals coming, I guess. I don't even know if you would call this Destined Rivals. So we got restocked. A restock report that came in. Here's what we're getting. This is what we're sending you in 2 booster boxes. 2 booster boxes. And there's a lot of new stores. There are a lot of stores that have formed over the past year and a half that are only getting, 2 booster boxes with a set release. A lot of stores that haven't been involved in Pokemon before are probably, a first run of product might not get any Pokemon. So they might get excited about the opportunity to get 2 booster boxes. But that obviously doesn't do much for a community that, you've built. Like we've built this community, or I've tried to build this community, and what am I going to do with 2 booster boxes? Not to mention the price point. So the wholesale cost to us is 9% below market. So you can do the math, 9% below market, $340, $330, somewhere around there. Like, that's not great, because then you're pricing it at market. You're pricing like 9% margin. It isn't even that great, especially with a volume quantity of only 2. So this is what storefronts have to go through right now. You get product, but it's very, very small. You get a very limited amount. That's why you might go into your LGS, you might go into a local game store, and you might be like, this guy's scalping the heck out of these products, but he's getting charged 10% below whatever the market is from distribution, and that's it. Destined Rivals Build and Battle. So 2 of these as well. Not a whole lot coming out. This one did go down in price quite a bit. So you can see in April, it was very expensive, like around $80. So it has settled down a lot, $42.88. Now you get 6 packs in here, or 4 packs in here. This is a Build and Battle. So you get 4 packs, and you get that Destined Rivals pre-release pack that's in there as well, which will have a stamp promo card and then, 39 other goodies to learn how to play the TCG. It's a lot of fun. Like, I love Build and Battles. I think they're an absolute fantastic product, but you're basically paying $10 per booster pack at this $42 price point. Now, wholesale cost on this is a little bit better, 15% margin, but if you're only getting 2, how many are you really helping? So this is not even a drop in a bucket. This is vapor in the bucket. This is just a mist that is hitting the bucket. This is not going to help much of anything at all. You can see obviously that Pokemon Center restock did help a little bit, but got bought up pretty quick. Now, Journey Together booster boxes, and what's interesting about these is it's coming more from those pre-release kits. So these Journey Together booster boxes that are coming into the market a little bit, a small restock, very small restock. You're only getting 10, and they are not the enhanced variant. So this is the unenhanced variant of Journey Together. 10 of them probably won't make any impact on the market whatsoever, depending on how many stores are even getting that. And even so, your wholesale cost, and this is where the problem comes in, is that the wholesale cost is only about 8% below market price. Now, we have no idea where distros are getting access to this product. It could be in a couple different forms. It could be that they're getting them from larger LGS stores who are sitting on product that then turning around and sending them back to their distro, the I scratch your back, you scratch my back routine. Or, it could be something that they're getting from Pokemon that are left over, like maybe they stock their vending machines, they stock their stores, and then this is what's left over, and there's no price agreements. We talked about this before. There's no price agreements between Pokemon and distros. Distros also aren't getting enough product to be able to satisfy demand for their LGS, so they're losing out on money that way. Again, perfect storm culminating together. So there will be some more Journey Together booster boxes, but not many. And 10 does not satisfy any sort of a market whatsoever. So again, not even a drop in the bucket. And when you look at that wholesale cost of only about 8% below market, that means the market price of about $260 is going to have to be charged at least in order to hit margins. You factor in shipping costs and fees and things like that, especially if it goes to a brick and mortar that's going to have more overhead. It's not very helpful. Here's the Build and Battles from Journey Together as well. So getting about 10 of those. Wholesale cost, again, a little bit better, about 15% below market. Market on this, much better than what we saw from Destined Rivals at about $33, but the pack price for Journey Together is significantly lower. The market is much weaker for a set like Journey Together than what we saw in Destined Rivals. So there's a little bit more of Journey Together coming out there, a little bit more of Destined Rivals coming out there, just not at the price points that are even close enough to MSRP that a store would be able to charge that. So that's a struggle that comes in. Paldean Fates, maybe this will cool down Paldean Fates a little bit more. We've seen restocks of Paldean Fates. I think at Sam's Club or Costco there was a collection box or a collection that was coming out or already came out. I'm not exactly sure about all the details about that one. Again, I don't really know a whole lot about the distros for big box stores and how that all works. I do know that there's more Paldean Fates stuff that's coming as far as restocks go for LGS, but it's just very small amounts. You're only looking at 12 booster bundles that are coming out, and again, your wholesale cost about 13% below market. So when the market on this is about $97, and you can see it has retraced a little bit as more of these hit the shelves, it's just not enough that stores are going to be able to charge lower on the price point of these booster bundles. It can't go lower if you're only getting them at 13% below market, because you do have fees and you do have to keep your store open. So when you're getting charged 13% below market, there's just not enough there. So maybe some more Paldean Fates booster bundles. Maybe it'll bring the price down $1 or $2, but not a whole lot out there. Sticker collections, the tech sticker collections, getting some of those as well. Getting 2 cases of those, not a whole lot. It's 12 per case, so that's 24 units. Basically, that breaks down to 8 of each. 8 of the Fido, 8 of the Moschiff, or 8 of the Graveyard, like Houndstone, like 8 of each. 8 of each is exactly how it breaks down. The price on this is much better, about 30% below market. Now, the market price that I'm looking at here, though, is all 3 of them bundled together on TCG Player. So if you sell them individually, it might not be as well below market, but again, it's an opportunity to get more packs out there, which could help impact singles a little bit. At least there's a little bit more, like just trying to look at any little bright spot that we can can possibly find right now, any little positivity that we can find right now, 30% below market is a little bit better. So that brings you that wiggle room down more where you can try and hit, 15 to 20% margins, which will save the customer a little bit of money and hopefully bring that market price down at least a little bit. Then we've got the Pokeball tins. This is the Q4 of 2024. So I don't even know what packs are in here. 2024 being a year ago, Q4, I gotta think it's gonna be like Stellar Crown, Twilight Masquerade, Surging Sparks maybe that would be in these. Again, wholesale price a little bit better. We're getting 4 of them, so that's 4 cases, which is 24 units, 24 Pokeball tins that are coming out. Now the market price on this, we're looking at a display of Pokeball tins, so the wholesale cost might be a little bit less than what we're looking at right here, but probably not a whole lot of demand for this product, but again, only 4 cases, which isn't a whole lot. I mean, it does put a little bit more packs out there. And the good thing is, too, we're just one store. So if there's other stores that are getting restocked as well, even if this goes to, half of the accounts or whatever from different distros, then at least it impacts the market maybe a little bit as far as putting more product out there. So about 30% below market on this one. Hopefully some more will show up. Maybe you'll find some at a Target. Maybe that means that big box stores will get a little bit of a restock as well. The Mega Latias EX box, which just came out and already selling for about $15 above MSRP. Wholesale costs on this a little bit closer, about 30% below market. Basically what that means is if you're getting a restock on this, you're probably paying MSRP for it as a storefront or maybe a couple dollars above MSRP. It's a cool box because it does come with 2 Mega Evolution packs and 2 Destined Rivals packs, which are obviously all the rage right now between those two sets. So it's a beautiful box as far as pack selection goes. And we're getting 18 of them, which is basically the equivalent of 3 sealed cases. So a little bit more product that's coming out there. You can see this has shrunk down a little bit in price point. There was a lot of these that got printed, like our allocation on this was a fair amount, so it does give us the opportunity to at least put more packs out there into the market. And then the last one that we have coming is Surging Sparks Elite Trainer boxes. These have gone down a decent amount because they did show up a lot at Costco's, I think, or Sam's Club, one of the two, where they were bundled with another product. So there was a lot of additional ones that kind of hit the market. These might be leftovers from that or additional product from that kind of are hitting LGS. It's really weird how everything is working and trying to wrap your head around how everything is circulating around. So we're only getting about 20 of these. Wholesale cost about 20% below market, which isn't terrible, but still about double or about a little bit above MSRP is what wholesale cost looks like right now. The bottom line is that there's just not enough products. The restocks aren't large enough to be able to charge closer to wholesale price as a distributor. They got to get big restocks. Like in order to get like what we went through at the end of 2021, where we got all these giant restocks of booster boxes, and those booster boxes were basically charged at original wholesale costs to storefronts, is because the quantity of them were so large. So they were able to really put out there a lot of Celebrations product, a lot of Evolving Skies booster boxes, a lot of Chilling Reign, a lot of multiple waves of Fusion Strike, eventually Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Ultra, because there was so much product that hit distribution. That doesn't seem to be happening right now. And unless we can get to that point where we can get a lot of these ancillary products pumped out, and maybe we will. Maybe that's why there's so many delays right now. That premium collection with the Salamence and the Reshiram box that was supposed to come out a couple weeks ago got delayed until the 24th now. The Gengar Battle Decks got delayed. So maybe the reason that things are getting delayed is because they are really ramping up on printing and reprinting older products, and they're trying to fit things in wherever they can. Everything is tight to the vest right now. Everything is very, very, very confusing. So you can kind of assume and think about what you want. Hopefully, in my opinion, I'm hoping that they're printing a lot more of these ancillary boxes, a lot more of these ancillary products, because you want to get more booster packs out there, which will slow things down a little bit. I understand booster boxes are probably not going to shift a whole lot in price. And if you're somebody who just wants to open some packs and collect some cards, the only way that that price point is really going to get smaller is if we get more products that contain packs that aren't going to be grabbed up right away by people who are looking to just invest for the long term. So hopefully that's what's happening, but we'll wait and see. In the meantime, it looks like these are kind of what the restocks look like, where storefronts and online LGSs and brick and mortar LGSs are getting a little bit, but not enough to really impact the price point because they're getting charged close to market and the quantities are so small. So I just want to give you an update to see what's coming or what might be hitting, your store shelves or your local game store shelves or whatever the case may be. And then also give them a little bit of a pass because I know exactly what they're going for as far as prices go. So maybe when you walk in, you're like, okay, well, they're probably getting charged, $55, $60 for this Surging Sparks Elite Trainer box, so that's probably why they're selling it at $70 or $75. So it's really just information. Information is power. Like, the more you know, hopefully the better decisions then that you can make when it comes to spending your collection dollars. So I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a really long way for the algorithm. But thank you so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you again in a couple days. Till next time, peace.